This is Annapolis, and these are the midshipmen who make up the brigade of the United States Naval Academy. These are their stories, full of their laughter, their heartache, their tragedies and triumphs. The stories of the men of Annapolis.
.4 seconds, Joe.
That's a fast trot without a load. Did you check the phases of the moon?
No moon on the nights of the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
That's a break. What's your time limit?
2 minutes, 43.7 seconds from pool to seawall on a sprint.
You check the bay bottom?
Muddy.
Yeah, it'll be rough to run aground in this. It'll have to be a high tide.
What night?
Oh, there's a tide on the night of the 10th. And Larry says the moon will be dark, right?
Right.
Well, then how about it, mates? Is it the 10th?
The 10th.
The 10th. Then we're all set.
Except for one more thing.
Yeah, that's right, the sound check. Stan's supposed to be on the lookout from Bancroft. Good, he sees us. Now let's see if he can hear us. Well, come on, Larry, you've got the big voice.
D for Diaz, calling B for Boham.
Now the full voice, Larry.
D for Diaz, calling B for Boham.
1, 2, 3 flashes.
Good, he couldn't hear you.
And the plan will work. Thanks, Emmett. We'll keep you on the North Wing post.
Check, Joe.
For almost a solid year after they enter the academy, plebes are completely dominated by first-classmen. But there is one time in the year, if they have the daring and courage, that the plebes unofficially strike back.
You didn't hear a thing, huh, Stan?
Not a sound.
Good.
Our operator in town called. He wants final instructions so he can complete the plans on ES 633.
Wait a minute, we've got to pick our target first. Who do the fellows think it should be?
Well, general sentiment has it as one of these 3. Vendetta, Shea, Edmont.
It'll be Edmont by a landslide.
Like the whole plebe class has to have a chance to vote. Pass the word they have a choice between these 3 first-classmen. If they choose Vendetta, let them deposit a toothpick. For Shea, a paper clip. And if it's Edmont, let them use a matchstick.
You call that a brace? It's a pitiful example of poor posture. You plebes should know better this late in the year. Let me catch you slouching again and you'll go and report.
You look more like a yogi than a midshipman. Vary those exercises so you won't have muscles, only in your head.
Hey, Jerry, you got a match.
Are you kidding?
Those answers indicate you have no understanding of gunnery. You refuse to see what's required. You're lazy. Come around at 1700, mister.
Some Vendettas and some Shays. But as you can see, it's all Edmont.
Page hot.
Isn't this supposed to be study hour? Answer me.
Yes, sir.
Then you should be studying, shouldn't you?
Sir, in a way we are.
What? Arson?
Tactics. Sir, those are the elements in a task force.
You're not being very clear, Mr. Morrison.
I'm sorry, sir.
Maybe you could be more clear in a 5,000-word paper on the subject.
But, sir, you
Do
know...
one for me. Emphasize the principles of surprise, dispersal, and overwhelming offensive power.
Yes, sir.
Carry on. Coming, Clay?
Yeah.
Boss, you're too rough on the plebes. I'm not rough enough. Look, Clay, in the new Navy, there's room for nothing but perfection.
All clear. There's no doubt about it now that we picked the right guy, is there?
None.
That means we go right on ahead with Phase B. I'll call our contact in town and have him make the final adjustments on Project ES-633. Meanwhile, we've got to find out exactly how well Mr. Edmond swims with his clothes on.
Not too well, I hope.
Yeah. They try to be at the pool tomorrow morning. Edmond's taking a survival test again.
Right.
He's in trouble.
He sure is.
How much farther, Coach?
A long way, I'm afraid. Grab the life preserver.
You okay? Sure, great.
We've got to tell Joe about this.
I'll call a meeting for this afternoon in Isherwood Hall.
Right.
This could change our whole plan. Come on.
Why can't I do it?
You will if you keep trying.
I've been trying for 2 years. Doesn't seem to be any use.
When do you want another go at it?
I don't know.
All right, Mr. Edmond. Contact me whenever you're ready. I hate to see your graduation held up because of this.
Why am I such a helpless jerk when it comes to this test?
Wes, don't be so hard on yourself.
Why shouldn't I be? I'm hard on everyone else.
Is Joe here yet? Trouble. Edmond didn't make it in the pool today.
Maybe we've got to forget the whole thing.
Why?
Because if we throw him off the seawall with his clothes on, he's liable to get into bad trouble in that water.
How far did he swim today?
Less than halfway.
That's enough.
Look, supposing it's rough or the weather's bad or the tide's tricky. You don't want to drown the guy. Who was it?
Probably just one of the boilers cracking.
Well, look, if he couldn't make it in the pool, how's he going to do in Chesapeake Bay?
Look, guys, the plane's set. Now, I'm for going ahead with it. Are you with me or not?
We put Joe in charge because we figured he knew the score. If he says go, I go.
You understand?
I'm with you. When we move the schedule.
Tonight.
Right.
Who is it?
Well, come on.
Murphy, Krell, Black, Morrison. I won't forget any of you. If you go through with the seawall action, I'll report you to the proper officers. That's all.
Begging your pardon, sir.
What is it?
Wouldn't you be doing yourself a disservice by reporting us, sir?
How?
By giving the impression you're afraid, sir, because of your difficulty in swimming.
Mr. Morrison.
Begging your pardon again, sir. That's not my opinion. But it may be the opinion of the officer to whom you report us.
You underestimate me, Mr. Morrison. Just try and reach me tonight and see what happens.
Thank you, Wilbur.
I don't think so. Not now.
But how do we know?
We don't. But when we started this, we knew it wouldn't be a pleasure cruise. We've got to take our chances.
But with the first-classman alerted, we'll never get to him tonight.
Sure we will. Just remember, there's one thing the first-classman won't be expecting.
You mean Project ES-633?
That's right. Edmond II. Mr. Edmont II. Sink or swim?
Hey, I've got the latest weather report.
What is it?
Clear tonight with gusty winds. Water may be rough. Air and water temperature in the mid-40s.
What about the tide?
High at 23:14.
Great.
Joe, the Jimmy legs are due to pass the rear of Bancroft Hall at 23:15.
Fine. Well, Edmont II is ready. I wonder about Edmont I.
Relax, you're well protected.
Why don't you stick to your CMO?
Where are you going?
To see the officer of the watch.
Wait a minute, you can't go anywhere alone tonight.
And that's the final plan. Pass the word, we'll move at exactly 23:10 tonight. The time now is 2200. Synchronize.
Come in.
Midshipman Edmond, first class, requests permission to speak to the officer of the watch.
Very well. Carry on, Mr. Edmond.
Sir, are you familiar with the so-called seawall custom?
Yes, but I haven't heard it mentioned for years.
What is the official Academy view of this, sir?
Well, as far as the Academy is concerned, there's no such custom.
What do you mean, sir?
It isn't mentioned in the regulation books. It doesn't exist, officially.
In other words, sir, plebes reported and found guilty of forcibly attacking a first-classman in connection with the so-called custom would be up for a Class A offense?
That's correct, Mr. Edmond.
Thank you, sir. That's all I wanted to know.
Mr. Edmond,
Yes, sir?
as far as I know, no one ever reported a plebe for this offense.
Yes, sir.
Did you report them?
Not yet. But as soon as I make a move, I will.
Wes.
There's no point in arguing, Clay.
Listen, the only way we can save those plebes is to stop them from ever getting to Wes.
We're with you.
And you can bet your next liberty that those plebes have planned their attack carefully.
Well, then our strategy has to be better than theirs.
Exactly. Now, here's our plan of defense. The plebes won't move until the battalion watch is secure for the night. Now, all we've got to do...
Taps inspection completed in all battalions. No unauthorized absentees, sir.
Pipe down the watch.
Aye, aye, sir.
Third deck. Third deck aye. Battalion watch is gone. Now it's just between us and the first-classman.
Right, the plebes should be ready downstairs. Now, remember, they can't get to Wes's room without using the stairs or the corridors. Now, with everyone reacting exactly as planned, we'll have them all encircled before they can lay a finger on Edmund.
The first two groups use the corridors, converging on Edmond's room from two sides. Your job is to decoy the first-classman. Pick up the others on your way. All right, first group, move!
Everyone to his room now. When they come, get them out of the corridors as fast as you can, okay? Attention on deck! Into the room. Attention on deck.
Please, Paul, they're everywhere. They keep coming, we can keep stopping. Plebes, attention. Stop the plebes. Stop the plebes. Stop the plebes.
More plebes on the front stairway. Cover them.
Keep calm, mates. Cover them. Get them in the rooms.
Into the rooms.
Plebes. Plebes. Plebes.
There should be chaos up there by now. Listen, that man must be going to bed. He just opened his window. Harry,
Yeah,
it's time for your move.
right.
We're counting on you, Larry.
I'll do my best.
You've got to get Edmund out of his room in exactly 2312 or we're scuttled.
2312.
Hey, don't let us down, huh?
I won't.
Good luck. Good luck. Be careful. Stan, give me the hook and line.
Leave on deck. Mr. Edmund, come out. Come out.
What are you doing out of your room banging on my door this hour of the night?
I have a delivery, sir.
What do you mean?
In my pocket, sir.
Let him go a minute.
It's hooked. Let's go.
I don't get it. What does this mean?
Sir, it's Mr. Morrison's essay on surprise, dispersal, and overwhelming offensive power, sir.
All this says is we're doing it.
Yes, sir.
This is your idea
Wes,
of a
this
joke.
isn't the time. Get inside.
I'm not finished with him
Don't
yet.
make a fuss, Wes. Get inside. We'll take care of Mr. Black.
All right. You'll hear from me in the morning.
Mr. Edmund,
Yes?
I'm waiting for you to chew me out now, sir. I feel I deserve it. I think this is as good a time as any, sir.
You bet it is.
Wes, you're Roman. Stay there.
You need a light? Bring up that mouth a second. Hey, go, get him!
Wait a minute. I better get a blanket in case we're too late. So that's how you did it.
Good evening, Mr. Clay.
Good evening, me. Stop those plebes.
I can't do that, sir. There they go with him now.
You realize this hasn't been done in years and that Edmund intends to report you for it?
In that case, sir, he not only needs a cold bath, he deserves one. Maybe it'll teach him some regard for his subordinates.
They're headed for McDonough Hall. Come on. We know which way they went. I saw them from the window. Follow me. They've never done it that way before. Stop it, you'll kill him! He's not coming up. Look! Hold this. It's a dummy.
All right. All right. Come on, move fast.
Listen, Bobby got west of the seawall. Give me a hand. Let's go.
Play!
Are you sure
can't be able to swim.
There's no danger. You know how careful we've been about that.
How? I warn you. Wait!
He's okay. Hey, there come the upperclassmen. Dr. Bancroft!
West! Catch it! Grab it!
You okay? I'm going to the office of the watch.
Here, get right off.
No time.
You're not hurt, are you?
No thanks to you. I thought you were defending me.
We were.
Where?
At the instruction pool at McDonough.
What were you doing there?
They tossed a dummy in.
A dummy?
It looked just like you.
And you fell for it.
Die for it. Those plebes you consider such low types decoyed us all over the place. How'd they get you out?
Through the car door. A couple of them tied and gagged me in the shower while you were talking to Joe in the room. Then when you left, there's no one to help me.
Perfect application of tactics, wouldn't you say?
What are you driving at?
It'd be a shame for the Navy to lose men who could carry out an operation like that. Think about it.
Sure, I'll think about it. On my way to see the officer of the watch.
Wes.
Morrison, Krill. I'll see you later, Coach. Right, Mr. Redmond. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, have you nothing to say to me?
Yes, sir. We have a question, sir. What do you mean, sir? Have you reported us yet?
I've been too busy. I was still so wet from last night, I went to the pool and passed my survival test.
Congratulations, sir.
You men taught me something last night. Never to underestimate the abilities or spirit of my subordinates. I'm grateful.
Thank you, sir.
Keep a brace. And don't ever forget that when you're speaking with an upperclassman.
Yes, sir.
It might interest you to know I don't intend to report you. In view of last night's performance, I think the Navy can use men like you. But don't forget you're still plebes. Well, carry on.
This is Annapolis, the United States Naval Academy, proud of its dignity, its history, its traditions, but most of all, proud of its men. Next week, we will bring you another story of the men of Annapolis. Was played by Mason Allen Dinehart. Wesley Edmond was played by Paul Burke.